Kim Kardashian's new excursion to Tokyo with her child holy person West has ignited a ton of conversation among fans as the ex of Kanye West Kim's activities have brought up issues about her expectations and her apparently meddling presence in Kanye's new existence with his significant other Bianca Censori. Brings you out this evening, my child, he's fixated on soccer. And I will do anything for my infants, so I ventured to the far corners of the planet. They've caused me to do soccer excursions, and gracious, you're generally cool. And it's additionally similar to the number of us. Are there the way that it's kin making tales or believing that you are better half, and you're not saying nothing. And you conveying it like that I don't agree with my soul after her own high-profile split. Kim winds up single by wrestling with sensations of discontent and envy. While Kanye's new marriage has earned huge media consideration, insiders propose that Kim's inner disturbance runs further than only an ex's new relationship. Sources near Kim uncover that she isn't taking Kanye's newly discovered love for Bianca Censori gently, feeling caught unaware and injured by the velocity of their marriage. Kim purportedly can't resist the urge to see Bianca as a gatecrasher, angry of their relationship and attempting to grasp how Kanye continued on so rapidly. Companions near Kim expressed their interests, expressing that the truth star feels a blend of disappointment, bitterness, and even resentment at how her relationship with Kanye at last played out. The once strong couple that caught the world's consideration has now been supplanted with a feeling of misfortune and longing on Kim's part, as paparazzi cameras steadily follow the Kardashian matrons. Each move. Late sightings in Japan have energized hypotheses about her endeavors to reconnect with Kanye in her interest. Kim supposedly has put forth various attempts to contact the rapper, wanting to revive the flash they once shared. Anyway, sources near Kanye recommend that not entirely set in stone to avoid his past, declaring that he has continued on and is focused on his new existence with Bianca Censori. The Grammy-winning craftsman appears to be enduring in his position, prompting a developing dissatisfaction on Kim's part. As the circumstance unfurls, it turns out to be progressively obvious that the tangled trap of feelings between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West is a long way from unwinding. Fans, pundits, and the media are left contemplating whether this section of their lives will at any point track down goal, or on the other hand, assuming the show will keep on working out on a worldwide stage. In the meantime, fans really must perceive that Kim was the person who started the separation from Kanye West, and it is currently critical for her to acknowledge and regard the choice she made, pushing ahead with her own life, while permitting Kanye to partake in his new marriage is fundamental for both of their self-improvement and joy. Yesterday, Kim and her child holy person West were spotted investigating the famous Group Lab Planets display in Tokyo. This outing has filled the talk factory for certain fans, hypothesizing that Kim may be investigating new undertakings in the realm of sports, especially football. It's significant for everybody required to zero in on their singular ways and embrace new open doors for their joy and prosperity. Yet a few fans are communicating worries about Kim's new visit, recommending that it very well may be crossing a line and causing superfluous strains inside Kanye and Bianca's marriage. Kanye West and his new spouse Bianca have been in Tokyo for almost 3 months, partaking in a drawn-out special night. The planning of Kim's visit has prompted hypothesis among fans who are voicing their contemplations via virtual entertainment. Some keep thinking about whether she's attempting to watch Kanye, driving some to blame her for following him, while co-nurturing liabilities are perceived. Many fans accept that Kim ought to have given Kanye and Bianca the space to partake in their time alone in Tokyo. A few fans are worried that Kim's activities go past what is important for co-nurturing and suspect that she may be endeavoring to revive their relationship in spite of Kanye showing zero revenue. In doing so, it's pivotal for all gatherings required to regard limits and permit Kanye and Bianca to zero in on their marriage and self-awareness, without superfluous obstruction, clear correspondence, and understanding. are fundamental to stay away from any pressures and advance solid connections. We have seen that Kanye West shows up truly blissful in his new marriage with Bianca Censori, despite how a few fans are worried that Kim's activity may be viewed as barging in on his newly discovered satisfaction. After their separation, Kanye has given Kim the space she expected to push ahead with her life, and fans are empowering her to respond to this signal by giving Kanye a similar chance to partake in his own joy, without feeling watched or sought after. Regarding limits is critical in any relationship, and fans trust it's fundamental for Kim to zero in on her own life and joy, as opposed to fanatically checking everything Kanye might do. While nothing bad can really be said about holy person visiting his dad, some concern that Kim's expectations could go past co-nurturing. It's the ideal opportunity for Kim to push ahead and embrace her own excursion. Similarly, as Kanye has finished with Bianca, fans trust she can give up and give Kanye enough space to sustain his marriage and find joy in this new part of his life. It's significant for both Kim and Kanye to regard each other's limits and spotlight on their singular ways to self-awareness and happiness. Yet there have been theories among fans that Kim may be depending on putting counterfeit paparazzi to notice everything Kanye might do in Tokyo. The possibility of such broad reconnaissance causes a stir and further adds to the reports encompassing Kim's aims. A month prior on the hit Hulu show The Kardashians, Kim Kardashian made a sincere admission, uncovering that she would effectively get the old Kanye West back, alluding to her proceeded with affections for her ex. This admission just strengthened the continuous hypothesis about her inspirations driving visiting Tokyo. Noticing Kanye's newly discovered joy and devotion to his better half has earned acclaim from fans who value the legitimacy of his obligation to his new life anyway. Some have seen that Kim seems shocked and astounded by this change in Kanye. It appears as though she's seeing a side of him that she hadn't anticipated, that leaving many should ponder her actual sentiments. In the midst of these progressions, tolerating and adjusting can be hard for anybody included. It's significant for both Kim and Kanye to zero in on their singular ways and feelings, to find their self-improvement and happiness, regardless. Regarding each other's limits and security ought to be central in their collaborations. A few fans are empowering Kim to embrace this new section in Kanye's life and spotlight on her own excursion. Kanye West shows up profoundly centered around his new wife, Bianca Censori, and the couple is by all accounts really enamored, partaking in their time together in Tokyo. It's obvious that Kanye has continued on and is earnestly embracing this new period of his existence with Bianca. Since the fresh insight about Kanye West's union with Bianca broke, many fans have mobilized behind the couple, anxious to see them find joy together. Fans are dazzled by their newly discovered sentiment and the credible association among Kanye and Bianca. Their unflinching help comes from a certified craving to see Kanye continue on and fabricate a satisfying existence with his new wife. In the midst of the good help for Kanye and Bianca, reports have surfaced that Kim Kardashian might have sent their child, holy person, West to Tokyo to visit his dad, despite how a few fans can't resist.